It was about the time that I explained what little invested interest I had in infiltrating some espionage ring that I decided to focus on the Marine Corps rather than the CIA. My life. Wow. Well, that explains it, huh? No, what? I mean, all seriousness aside, this topic is wild and stunning. Yeah, what I'm trying to say is that, seriously, I've lived quite some kind of a radical and maybe a liberal existence in an environment and atmosphere that was deadly. And, like what I just referred to about, my little invested interest in infiltrating some espionage ring, that kind of stuff is really a hot topic for me to discuss. But, right now, if I'm thinking of someone like the CIA, and I'm thinking of the CIA, their involvement with the infiltration of an espionage ring, I'm kind of more interested in their involvement in warfare, because that's when I start focusing on the Marine Corps and their involvement in warfare. And I think about the Vietnam War, the war that went on and on and on. Did it ever end? It's hard to say. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. Of course, it was depicted as a war that ended at some point. The date, I don't know that anyone's ever really given a date that matched everyone else's date as to when the Vietnam War ended. And I'm wondering whether the war ever ended. Because I've heard of people going to Vietnam throughout history from the time of maybe 1969 up until possibly today. I think that people go to Vietnam. And it was a war that seemed to never end because it went on and on and on, and it was always a situation. There was always one situation or another, many situations a day going on in Vietnam. And the bad guys seemed to show up eternally. They seemed to never stop showing up. They were always around, and they just haven't gotten rid of all the bad guys. So the war must go on. And that's what it does. It just continues to be a situation every single day, and the fighting doesn't stop. And it's, if you want to really investigate maybe the era back in the 60s and 70s when they say the war was going on. You can look into the Vietnam War on YouTube or on the web and find videos that let you in on secrets and different happenings throughout Vietnam during the war. So, if you're interested in the Vietnam War, there's definitely a place on the internet where you can find information about the Vietnam War. And that's a fact, Jack. So, if you have interest in war at all and you want to learn about warfare, you can look up whatever you want on the web. You can go to google.com, and look up whatever search you want to search for. It's a subject search. google.com. You'll find a subject search there where you can search for whatever keyword you care to search for, and you'll find information relating to your keyword almost 100% of the time. So keep that in mind. And it's really something to me to investigate into matters that concern the CIA, as well as matters that concern the Marine Corps, because neither one of them is foreign to me, because I'm familiar, believe me, with both of them. And I am a part of everything that exists that's for the Marine Corps and for the CIA. I also happen to be for the FBI. And I'm for politics in the United States. I'm for the United States government. And I make sense of law enforcement in the United States. That's when it comes to the FBI, I think matters are being dealt with and being handled fairly and freely. And I think there's a lot of different adventures that people tend to explore in the FBI, in the CIA, and in the Marine Corps, because it's no joke. You know what I mean? It's like it's some serious business to get involved in protecting the United States of America and everyone who's important to the country needs support. And I'm very supportive of everyone who's anyone to the United States of America, because I'm associated with everything previously mentioned. So, if you find matters to be out of your control, become a part of the best and try to help the country, because the country is an important place if you are important to the country.